Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Emma surprises Gio by coming back to Port Charles, and Carly tells Valentine she will rescue Lucas and Joss. General Hospital airs today with Dante developing a new impression of Liz after a conversation with her. Molly and Cody rekindle their friendship over her book, and Lucas attempts to forewarn Ava about Jen's. While babysitting Fizz, Gio relaxes shirtless at Emma and Anna's house. If Emma were to walk through the door tomorrow, he would cancel his plans to travel to California. Emma looks devastated as Gio cradles her. They settle into a sofa chair and she reveals that she had to break the news to her entire family about her grandma, which was particularly difficult for her mom. Emma claims she and her parents flew to France, but they weren't even permitted to meet Anna, as it may upset her and set back her recovery. Emma had been considering returning to Berkeley after her vacation opened her eyes to how much her mum needs her. It moves her because Gio told her he would understand and go to be with her. Though being with him is her #1 priority, her mother demanded that she go back to Port Charles. After kissing her hand, Gio reveals that he had planned to travel out the next day to meet her. He tells her that he loves her, and she screams, "I'm desperately in love with you." Book club at the Brown Dog. Molly meets Cody at the Brown Dog, per his invite. He returns her manuscript, which Christina gave him to read. He tells her that he loved it and couldn't put it down, and she's so talented. He also knows she wasn't going to publish it to save his feelings, which he believes would be a travesty and that others need to read this book. As they go into the minutiae of her novel, Molly is amazed by Cody's nuanced understanding of some of the symbolism and by his attention to so many minor aspects. She also discovers he's been reading Pride and Prejudice for a book group he joined. Carly and Valentine have a problem in Carly's attic. She informs Valentine that they have a dilemma. Lucas knows more than he should about what Sidwell is up to, and Marco knows all Lucas knows. Now, Lucas wants her nowhere near Sidwell or Windermere, and her brother is in danger. Carly claims Marco informed Lucas that after a certain project is accomplished, he may walk away from his father's firm. She thinks Lucas is holding something back, not telling her everything, but Valentine insists it doesn't matter. Their strategy persists, and Lucas is on his own. Dante seeks out Liz at the hospital. Dante grabs Liz to chat. The new commish is trying to get answers as to Michael and Willow's interactions when she was living with her fellow nurse, but she really doesn't have much she can tell him. Dante reveals that the fact that they haven't established who shot Drew is generating difficulties at the Quartermaines, and he's scared Chase is going to destroy his entire career. Liz doesn't want to think either Michael or Willow may be capable of murder, and adds that Dante may need to realize they may never know the truth. Dante realizes that she's correct, and it's hard to confront that reality. Liz says you can't cure everything, you just have to do your best and hope it's good enough. Lucas gives a warning. Ava stops over to see Lucas, as he summoned her, and he tells her to stay away from Sidwell before she falls in any deeper. Ava believes Carly finally got to him. He says that Carly made some solid arguments and was right not to trust Sidwell. Lucas asks Ava to simply end this thing with Sidwell, as he loves her and doesn't want her to get hurt. She says if there is something she needs to know, then he should tell her. He replies there is nothing she needs to know, except that if it weren't for Marco, he wouldn't be spending time at Windermere at all. Ava tells Lucas she likes Jens, and assures him that she's dealt with her fair share of dangerous men. She feels the danger is worth the gain. Brook Lynn makes a stand at the QS house. Brook Lynn tells Chase she won't bring a kid into this home when his concentration is not where it should be but on proving that Michael shot Drew and framed Willow. Chase claims he's fighting for justice, and because of Michael's last names, Quartermaine Corinthos, he won't be held accountable for what he did. Brook Lynn again reiterates, "What you say he did." Chase can't call himself a cop if he stands by and lets such an injustice happen. Brook Lynn comments that recently, he's sounding less like a cop and more like a vigilante seeking retribution. Chase thinks Michael was outright nasty in keeping Willow from her kids. Brook Lynn says it an illustration of what happens when you lose perspective, and she doesn't want it to happen to them. Jason and Britt compare notes. Britt meets Jason in the harbormaster's cottage, and the hitman tells her that Cullum is upon them. He informs her about the encounter he just had with the WSB agent. Britt then informs him that Cullum came to visit her, and he and Sidwell want her to bring them a functioning prototype on their project, and if she doesn't deliver, she's a dead woman. Britt believes she can create the prototype, which in a normal world would represent an infinite source of clean energy. However, in Cullum and Sidwell's hands, it's a lethal weapon. She also informs him that Lucas understands what is going on and wants to help them acquire her medication. In the show's final moments at the QS, Chase tells Brook Lynn the most important thing is raising a family and showering their children with love and support, so that's where his attention will be from now on. He offers her his word, nothing will stop them from adopting, least of all him. At the hospital, Dante thanks Liz for the advice and assures her he owes her and will pay her back. Liz gets paged and tells him, "Don't be ridiculous, let it go." Dante mumbles, "I'm not sure that I want to." Ava begs Lucas not to allow Carly come between him and Marco. She sees that he's happy and alive again, so don't lose that man. He wants her to vow to be careful with Sidwell. She again states she understands how to handle a man like Jens. In the attic, Valentine tells Carly that the only way to assist Joss is to bring Brennan and Sidwell down. If Carly chooses to inform Lucas what they are planning, give him a heads up so he can run for it. She says she's trusted him thus far, she sees no reason to quit, so they keep to the plan. She wants to save both Joss and Lucas. On the island, Jason informs Britt that if Lucas can't obtain the medications, they'll have to devise something out. They are in this together, and he won't abandon her again. They hug. At the bar, Cody tells Molly that when she publishes, the book club will be reading her novel. He chooses to get moving, and they split. However, Molly goes after him and pulls him into a kiss. Finally, Gio and Emma make haste to the bedroom in her and Anna's apartment and make love. On the next General Hospital, Diane encourages Alexis to give Sunny a heads up, Sidwell won't let Willow deny taking Drew's seat, and Ezra visits Laura. General Hospital spoilers Thursday, February 26th, Sidwell threatens Willow, Jason promises Sunny to take out Cullum. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, February 26th, state that Willow Kane will find herself cornered into a corner while Laura Collins prepares for a press appearance. Jason Morgan will also make a pledge to Sunny Corinthos as they get set for a catastrophic outcome. At the legal firm, Diane Miller will press Alexis Davis to give Sunny a heads up on something. However, Alexis may get sidetracked owing to the news conference that Laura's preparing to carry forward with. When Ezra Boyle pays Laura a visit and brings some fresh instructions from Jen Sidwell, she isn't going to like them. Ezra will claim they're in the same boat and push Laura to just do as Sidwell says or else they'll both be in trouble. There's a significant likelihood Laura will be directed to endorse Willow as Drew Kane's Congress seat replacement instead of Alexis. Laura may have no option but to submit Willow's name to the governor and even conduct a major news conference in support of Drew's wife. Alexis may be taken off guard after Laura switches things up and may have questions for her soon enough. As for Willow, additional questions may sneak in about whether she's truly up to this endeavor. There's also the problem of Drew's care as Willow needs to be nearby to give him his prescription dosages and can't dump him in a long-term care facility. Willow may try to convince Sidwell that she's not sure about this, but he'll insist they both know refusal isn't an option. By the conclusion of this talk, Willow may feel terrified and think Sidwell would react if she tried to reject his Congresswoman Kane offer. Over with Jason, he'll offer Sunny news on his current chat with Ross Cullum. Jason will stress that the sooner this guy is dead the better, so he'll once again vow Sunny that they're going to wipe Cullum off the map when they can. The same applies for Sidwell, but Sunny and Jason have to be careful about how they approach as Sidwell has blackmail information to use as leverage over Laura. At GH, Isaiah Gannon will dote on Portia Robinson and insist that her request is his order. Portia may hope that Trina Robinson would give Isaiah a chance, so Isaiah may promise to win her over. Isaiah will certainly seek Trina out on Thursday's program, so she'll understand he's asking for her approval to be with Portia. Even if Trina isn't prepared to give it yet, Isaiah could make some progress with her. General Hospital spoilers predict Portia and Isaiah's romance will continue forward anyway, so stay tuned. General Hospital's Maurice Benard reveals his plans after retiring from the show. Endings can be challenging to get through, but for the most part, they're also fresh beginnings. And it appears like that's more true than ever for General Hospital's Maurice Benard. Because while he's been playing Sunny for 33 years, it seems like he's been thinking quite a bit about what's next when the gangster takes his final bow in Port Charles. It all came out on his State of Mind podcast when conversing with Kelly Thibault. She delved into her own General Hospital leave and current return, but it was while talking about polishing their craft that Benard opened out about his own aspirations. Thibault described how she started acting class in her 20s, and it's something she's kept continuing ever since. That's when Benard dropped the intriguing question, "So you'll come to my class?" Who wouldn't? But by that, he meant his future class. While he's not yet an acting teacher, I will be. I'm going to do it after I leave GH. Oh boy, Thibault was a bit taken aback, asking if he wanted to talk about it. But Benard said, not yet, I gotta wait. He didn't indicate how long he had to wait, but one thing is clear, Benard has been thinking about retiring more and more. The good news is that back in October, Sonny's portrayer indicated he didn't see it occurring before he was 65. That indicates we've got at least a few years remaining, barring some significant surprise. And honestly, why leave now? Sonny and Justine are just heating up, Michael's in a whole bucket of danger, and Sidwell and company are threatening not only the Don and Laura, but pretty much all of Port Charles. Still, we have a hunch the moment will come to say goodbye to Sonny sooner than we'd like. But in the meanwhile, we're going to savor every single minute of this insane adventure. Is General Hospital's Rick better as a good guy or a bad guy? Rick has changed. Is this a good thing or a negative thing? General Hospital's Rick has been the bad guy for years. He was continually scheming something against someone, generally for revenge or money. There is a new decent person, Rick, in town. Do we adore him or loathe him? Key takeaways: there is a new and improved Rick in Port Charles. His biggest move yet was assisting Michael out of a jam at the PCPD. New Rick may be great, but others may think he's a touch dull. The wicked Rick could be overlooked. Loving good Rick, a better Rick, emerged from Alexis's basement. Alexis, Ava, and Christina had him locked away for weeks, and it appears like he was utilizing the time to rethink his life, which was problematic. He determined to modify his ways. Rick is now on his road to becoming a nice man. First, he made peace with his brother, Sonny, by aiding his grandson, Rocco. He has been friendlier to Alexis and closer to his daughter, Molly. Rick's new approach is also helping him get closer to Elizabeth, whom he has always adored. His biggest move yet was helping Michael out at the PCPD. The attorney was savvy enough to recognize that Wiley's reply indicated that someone put the key on his keychain, and Michael was free to depart. This new version of Rick is amazing, and we hope he remains this way. Missing the old Rick, the new Rick is honest, friendly, and helpful, but what fun is that? Rick was a fantastic villain. His wacky schemes were always a wonderful time for spectators, and he typically deserved what he received when they failed. What will be missed most is his sparring with Alexis. The two exes detested each other, and there was a brawl every time they were in the same room. Watching these attorneys go up against each other in the courtroom or in their personal lives was always interesting. Rick and Ava were a great nasty pair, and their double-crossing each other was legendary. Now that Rick looks to be getting back with lovely Elizabeth, is he destined to be pleasant but boring? That doesn't fit the Rick we all know and love to despise. Then, things are continually changing in Port Charles. Which Rick do you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Whoops. Did General Hospital just accidentally reveal the terrifying truth about Nathan? Let's face it, when General Hospital revived Nathan, most fans began counting down to his almost inevitable reunion with Maxie. Sure, we knew Spinelli would be distraught if his beloved Maximista returned to Nathan upon waking up from her coma. Worse, with Steve Burton due to take an extended break, Spinelli wouldn't even have Stone Cold to depend on. But then, things took an unexpected turn in the episode aired Monday, February 23rd. After reconciling with Nathan, Maxie went to meet Spinelli to reveal that he, not the resurrected hottie, was the guy she loved. After getting our jaws up off the ground, we were about to raise a toast to our beloved Spixie when the truth hit us like the proverbial truck. The man going around pretending to be Nathan isn't the genuine deal. In fact, he's probably a revived Peter. The proof was right there, glaring us in the face. Let's parse out the hints, shall we? First, there was Nathan and Maxie's reunion, which creepily enough took place at the site of his empty tomb. What better method for the authors to not so subtly convince us that this man is a fake? Then there was Maxie admitting that she only fell for Peter because she was so upset by Nathan's death. Suddenly, we were more persuaded than ever that not only was the man to whom she confessed not Nathan, but that he is, in fact, Peter. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Something tells us that by picking Spinelli, and dissing Peter to what we assume is his mask-wearing face, Maxie just put in motion the next part of the story. Will Nathan find a means to rid of Spinelli in order to regain Maxie? And if this really is a disguised Peter, is Nathan genuinely dead, or being kept alive out there someplace, ready to do precisely what his lookalike did and return from the grave yet again? Ahead of his daytime return, Wes Ramsey and Laura Wright head to the City of Love. Sometimes vacations are simply that, but other times traveling leads us to destinations for work. But who said business can't be blended with pleasure? General Hospital's Laura Wright and her real-life sweetheart Wes Ramsey are demonstrating that it surely can. Back in October of 2025, we revealed that Ramsey will be taking part in the Book of Shadows convention in Paris, France, where fans may meet together with various actors from the Charmed series. For those who don't recall, Ramsey played Wyatt Halliwell, and fans attending the February 28th and March 1st event may maybe get to see Wright in the crowd as well. The ABC serial actress tweeted a ton of photographs to tell that she had followed her lover to the City of Love and explained, "Day one just wandering around with the handsome fella." Paris, February 24th, 26. Later, she shared even more photos that captured her evening out for dinner with Ramsey. The scrumptious cuisine and the window exhibiting the different desserts were to die for, not to mention the lights and stunning scenery. And when it came to the historic Catholic Church Notre Dame, Wright said it was breathtaking. It's evident the pair is getting the most out of their time away. Oh, and if you've missed seeing Ramsey in daylight, the actor will be making a huge return. Not to Port Charles but rather back to Salem, where his Days of Our Lives character may very well prove to be the man behind the soap's newest kidnapping. Stay tuned. Nancy Lee Grahn cancels meet and greet. Why? Nancy Lee Grahn cancels Long Island rendezvous and reschedules. See why she placed fans' safety first. General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grahn came to social media this weekend and notified her ABC soap admirers that she had to cancel a meet and greet. Well, that appeared weird given she's not ill. But there seemed to be a very excellent explanation for it. Posting from New York on Sunday, when Nancy Lee Grahn uploaded her reel on Instagram, she notified her admirers that she was in New York. Then, she commented about the temperature and how much warmer it is there than back home. However, her message also entailed the cancellation of her function. If you don't know, she'd been in Boston. Back in January, she assured her ABC drama fans that the February 21st event would be an opportunity to criticize the way the Trump administration rules the country. Notably, she also remarked, "We will be exercising our First Amendment rights and talking about whatever we want to talk about." That happened, but in New York, the bad news came that a scheduled event for Long Island the next day was cancelled. Still, there's another one postponed for Saturday, February 28th, and she graciously gave additional tickets to make up for it. Why it was cancelled? Well, the meetup event on Long Island was cancelled because of major weather concerns. According to Nancy Lee Grahn, they were predicting a blizzard. Commenting about that, the real-life Alexis Davis added, "I mean 20 inches of snow and I really don't want to put people in danger." Then she said she wanted everyone safe, because of a lot of snow. GH fans react, of course. Her General Hospital fans appreciated the hope that everyone would be safe. Plus, many of them prayed that Nancy Lee Grahn also remained safe in the forecasted terrible weather. One of them added in the comments, "Please get home safely. You are our treasure." Here are a few more responses from the discussion. "Love you, Nancy. How I wish I could have seen you on the sidewalk in NYC. Wished I was able to meet you, Nancy, in Boston. Love my GH and you. Stay safe. Yes, this storm has actually become huge larger. Be safe, Nancy, safe travels. I would love to meet you. You're my gal hero. I'm in CT and yeah, blizzard alert issued, huge terrible nor'easter. Hope you're getting out of Dodge before it strikes. Are you getting a flight out? We hardly were struck by that storm. It went from 72 degrees in Missouri to 22 degrees on Friday. It's coming. Did you have a ticket for the Long Island event?
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.